Hey guys, Dylan with Interstate Guns here. Welcome back to the channel. If this is the kind of content that you like, please like, comment, subscribe. It helps us out a lot. It helps get more content out to you. So today we got Tyler and Bryce here with GUNderwear, here to show us some products that they got. These are the items that we carry in the store, and take it away, Tyler. Let me see what you got for us today.
Yeah, definitely. So we're very excited to be here. First off, I appreciate y'all having us on. Interstate Guns was our first retailer, so it's someplace that's near and dear to our hearts as we grow this thing. But essentially, real quick, if you haven't heard of GUNderwear and what it is, we were tired of firearms and holsters, aggravating us and things when we would conceal carry or carry on our hip all day long, running around, jumping over, 10-foot long or 10-foot tall, fences and stuff like that, sitting down, that kind of deal. So we tried everything out there on the market, whether it be wedges, standalone pads, things like that, and nothing really accomplished the whole circle of things. We wanted something that was effective, whether you were sitting down, standing up, or running. Something that really got around the whole firearm and prevented you from getting stabbed here or there. And then also something that would at least, hold up and everything too in the washer and the dryer. So we're down here in South Louisiana and it's very hot, many months out of the year, even Christmas sometimes. So we wanted something that was minimalistic without having to wear, a band or some extra layers, extra shirts, things like that. So we thought, what if we had our athletic style underwear that we're already wearing, that was moisture wicking and things like that, and just had a pad on it. It was stitched in. That way it was a lot more comfortable and soft, and was able to get around the firearm when you sit down and things. So this idea kind of sprang in our heads a couple years ago, and we went through the whole process, and here we are. We launched it back in around November time, and it's already taken off. We've got many great instructors that support and love it. We've got many retailers. I've even got some secret squirrels out there, doing some things with them and all that, and everybody seems to love the product. So we're very excited where this thing's going,
Gotcha. And so what kind of different options do you have for, obviously a lot of people carry different types of ways. Right. People carry in the front, appendix. Some people like to carry on the hip, inside or outside, 12 o'clock carry, 6 o'clock, things like that. What do you have for as far as different options for those guys?
Yeah, so we do offer an appendix version, and I'm going to kind of show you all that here. All right, I'm actually wearing them right now. If you can kind of notice, it works with, we've got right hand or left hand options. It'll fit any firearm, whether it's a small subcompact, compact, or even a full size. It'll fit all those options too. So if you kind of notice here, let's look at this one real quick. They come complete with a fly. You've got mesh in the front, all right, for breathability, because again, it gets hot down here and everything, and we wanted that athletic style still. And not only do you have a nice comfortable pad up here that gets around the firearm, is very comfortable and forgiving, if you will, it's also got padding in the elastic band too. Okay. And what that enables, so you're walking around, it's not stabbing you or rubbing you or poking you. I really don't even feel my firearm or anything. But also when you go to sit, okay, that elastic padding up there gets on top of that beaver tail, and now it prevents you from getting stabbed in the gut. So that's a great seller for us. Another great option we've got is for guys that carry on the hip, like you mentioned, and also Leos or military guys. When you carry a big rig, if Bryce is actually one of our guys that works with us over there at GUNderwear, so kind of hold that up for me real quick and just show. When you've got a big rig on like this, okay, all day long, that's a lot of weight stabbing into your side. And I mean, after, 6, 8, 12 hours, it really, really gets into you. So we came out with the 3 p.m. or hip version, which you see right here. And this is kind of how it sits. Basically, it gets the firearm off of you, all right, prevents you from getting stabbed here or at the top where a lot of guys are getting, pinched and things like that. And then also that padding in the elastic band that you see here makes a world of difference. It's definitely one of those products where after you try it, you'll never go back.
Having the actual padding in the elastic of the band is definitely a big help, I think, in my opinion. Being a bigger guy, don't have a whole lot of room. We go to sit down and carry it in the front, carrying appendix. That definitely helps out a lot, keep it from stabbing you in the stomach there. Like you said, Bryce, being able to carry on the hip all the time as an officer, what has your experience been with that as far as having that to help you out, wearing that for long shifts and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I've been in specialized divisions in law enforcement almost my entire career, with the exception of about 2 years I spent on patrol, and did the appendix stuff. And now being on a street crimes unit and SWAT, everything's outside of the hip on like the 3 o'clock area, like we talked about.
Yeah.
One of the things we kind of saw in the past couple of years, a lot of guys have been going towards some sort of like anti-cant device for their holsters and stuff like that. So the True North Concepts plates are a big seller. And even if you don't have the True North plate or like the typical Safari Land UBL, it would just wear like on your hips. You know, we wear everything tighter so it stays where it's supposed to the whole time. And you get home at night and it look like a tattoo on your hip where everything's just sticking into the side.
I've had quite a few guys coming in trying to find something for the guys who can get those True North Concept plates from us that we carry, but they're, it's poking them in the side or it's poking them in the side of the leg. They're getting bruises, scrapes, all that kind of stuff, and wearing it all day.
Absolutely.
Moving around or getting into a unit in and out and it pressing up against their leg like that. Trying to find something that'll work with it.
Yeah, and the True North plate is actually maybe an inch and a half longer than like your standard UBL. And so the same thing up at the top of the hip, you deal with it now, middle of your thigh. You're getting in and out of the car, like you said, and it's digging or doing whatever it's doing. And when I started wearing the 3 o'clock version, I had a couple of early versions of the appendix pair and messed around with those a little bit and loved them. And then when we got the 3 o'clock pair with the padding and the waistline, like you talked about, made a world of difference. It's not one of those things where, like, if you tote a gun every day, you know you're toting a gun. Like, it's not one of those things that it's just like, oh, you throw it on, you completely forget it's there. It definitely takes a lot of the uncomfortable feeling that comes along with toting a gun all day away from it. But it is definitely one of those things, like, if I could recommend like a product to guys in law enforcement, like I said, I'm not saying it makes your gun disappear, but it's if you got a pair for every day of the week, you're gonna be a happy dude.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially wearing it outside of your hip with a tight belt all the time.
Yeah, and all the time in the shop, I get people, coming in all the time looking for, trying to get recommendations on what type of gun to carry, whether they're trying to go with something really small or a bigger gun. I mean, I like carrying a bigger gun. I know a lot of other people do, but I always tell people, I'm like, the best concealed carry gun is the one that you're going to actually carry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the problem is you get some people who are like, okay, well, I'm going to carry a bigger gun.
Yeah.
And that's all great until you're only wearing it for a few hours, then you end up taking it off and putting it in your vehicle or you're putting it in your desk at work because it's getting uncomfortable and you're not wearing it the whole day. At that point, it would have been better for that person to have a smaller gun if they're going to carry it the whole time.
Absolutely.
So something like that, I think, would help out, especially just because, again, the one you carry is the one that's going to be the best option.
Absolutely.
So anything that's going to help be more comfortable and actually let you consistently carry it more often and have it on you when you need it is definitely going to be a big benefit for sure.
Tyler sent me one of the early versions of the appendix, and like the first thing I did is he sent it to me and I was like, man, this is a really cool concept, but everything is a cool concept until it falls apart or works really well.
Yeah.
And I just happened to be driving home that weekend, and I carry a full-size gun. I carry a 17 with a X300 or a mod light on it, just out of habit. That's what I carry at work, so that's what I carry when I'm not at work. And first thing I did was threw it in my holster, or put the underwear on, threw it in the holster, and I drove 12 hours home straight in my truck. And typically about hour one, I am uncomfortable with that full-size gun. But I will say that it definitely made a significant difference in the duration of time I was driving. Like, I could tell I was feeling the firearm fatigue or whatever. Instead of hour one, it was like I didn't really pay attention to it in like 6 hours in. And I got out at the gas station and I was like, it's a little uncomfortable. This is doing what it's supposed to do. Yeah. So I was bought in from that point, just based off that, and that wasn't even the updated version with like the padding and the waistline.
Right. We've improved them since then, and that's something that I'm taking pride in for sure. Is I'm listening to everybody. I'm seeing all the comments. I'm seeing all the reviews and everything, and anytime somebody comes up with something good, and it works, we're making that change to kind of improve it. I like what you said too about the different style and different size guns and things like that. We have had a lot of people give us reviews and everything and saying that now they're able to carry. They wanted to carry a full size gun, but they couldn't. But now they're able to. So I'm real happy and thankful for that too. So now you got a lot of guys that like you were kind of saying, had to carry a subcompact or a compact, even though they didn't really want to. Now they're able with this to carry that bigger gun. Yeah,
and especially like what you were saying with like, having for LE guys who they carry a full-size gun every day, a lot of them don't want to have to go to another gun. They're like, okay, well, this is what I train on. This is what I practice with. This is what my life depends on every day at work. I don't want to go to another gun and then have to get used to shooting 2 different guns with 2 different grips, 2 different mags, all that kind of stuff. Like, I'd rather be able to just take my duty gun and conceal carry it and just have that one that I'm used to. And so anything that helps at that point is going to be a big benefit for sure. But try to carry, you know, a full-size gun, especially nowadays with most guys carrying lights and optics and everything else on their duty guns, you know, being able to carry those bigger guns with bigger holsters, it definitely helps out a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Now you actually, I'm looking right here. I see you brought the Incog X from Safari Land. That's actually, so I'm wearing this one right now just because of the coloring and things. That way y'all can kind of see the FDE versus the black. But normally I carry a full-size Zev, Glock 17 basically. But that's the holster I use. I highly recommend it. So you got another one there too. What kind is that?
So this one right here, this is going to be from Crucial Concealment. Both of these, as well as the Safari Land, Black Point, and a couple others that we have in the shop, are all ones that we've tried out with the GUNderwear products and seen, like, you know, making sure that it works with a lot of different types of holsters. Because obviously, you know, depending on what type of holster, you don't have to buy a different holster just because it doesn't work with that product. But all the holsters that we've tried so far with it, they've all worked really well with. But that's just a couple different ones that we have in the store that we've tried, holsters that we carry for the guns that we sell in the shop.
Yeah, I mean, Bryce, you mentioned too, you know, 5 days a week and that kind of deal. I know you were washing yours. That first few pairs I sent you, he was washing them like every day. I mean, he was calling me. I remember going, I've worn them every day and I've washed them about 55 times and they're holding up. They're doing pretty good. Yeah. We do offer discounts and things like that too. And, you know, with interstate carrying them, if y'all come on into interstate and stuff, I'm sure that we can work out something and do a bulk discount. You buy a 3-pack or a 5-pack like on our website, you know, you can get a discounted price there too.
Yeah. It's hard to see because I'm behind this table, but like even on my duty pants, like you can see where the True North plate like wears a hole in the pants, and you can see the matching imprint on like the 3 o'clock pair. And that was one of the telltale things to me. It was, you could see like it was doing what it was supposed to do because it was wearing through everything, and I didn't have the first hot spot or anything like that while I'm at work and doing whatever.
As far as sizing wise on these, what would you say these are the closest to, as far as guys who are looking at them, they're like, I don't know if I need to get a large or an extra large, or what would you compare them to size wise for guys trying to figure that out?
Like what kind of brand you mean?
Yeah, like other brands that have like similar sizing.
Yeah, so you know, we've got our sizing chart and everything on the website. If you got any questions, go to that, and it's got the waist. I mean, these are, I would say, just look at like Under Armour or something like that. I mean, they do a good job with, they're just athletic style underwear.
I would say they fit pretty true to size across the board. Like you shouldn't have to get out there and like finding a duty belt where it's like, oh, you're 36 in the waist, we recommend 38 because of this or this. No, they fit pretty true to size across the board.
Right. Based off the waist too. You know, I mean, if you're somebody like Dylan and he squats 14 days a week, you may have bigger thighs. They may be a little tight, but wear them a couple times and, you know, throw them in the washer dryer and everything, and they'll start fitting you really good.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
All right, you got anything else you wanted to kind of close out with? Where can they find you? Anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, if you're around the area, your first stop should be Interstate Guns, you know. So, I think 1715 South Morrison, come on over and see them. Got that memorized. We good. But we're on www.GUNderwear.com. It's GUNderwear without vowels. And then we're on Instagram at gunderwear.us and Facebook at just GUNderwear. And you can find us there. We've got a lot of videos with some really high-end guys using them and loving them and everything that you can kind of see how. Other than that, I mean, I think we recommend them to everybody. They're easy and they're quick. Just literally, if you got duty today, throw these on, okay? Throw in your pants and your duty rig, go to work.
Yep.
You'll thank us later.
All right, thanks for joining me today, guys. Thanks for coming and showing what y'all got. Thanks a lot, guys, for tuning into the channel. Again, if this is something that y'all are interested in, if this is something that you think would benefit you a lot, check out their website. Come in and see us in the shop at Interstate Guns. We've got these in stock. We can definitely help you out. If you got any questions, let us know. Give us a call. We can definitely get you set up. Come down and see us, guys. Thank you.